Greetings all. How are things? I wanted to ask you something that's, been on my mind about the reason you think people enjoy making love. Because the rest are easier with telling us. Love is not about, or really the act of making love is not about pleasure. If you ever hear the Rasta priest speak to you, and even the rapper Ja Rule says pain is love. And that this love is not something that can be played with. It's not something that can be taken lightly. It's like I'm going into a situation with a youth of it, right? And I remember some stories from some of the guys in the neighborhood from years ago who used to tell me about how, you sort of keep your chick in check. Now, I was never one to allow that to, play upon my greater effort, or how do you say, it didn't have much effect on the way that I dealt with women. I mean, I was the kind of guy, if I thought she was pretty and I thought she was nice and I'd been watching her for a while, even if I'd been watching her from a distance and had no direct interaction with her, I could fall in love with a girl, for real, seriously. I mean, it got to the point where I knew that, I didn't even need sex at all. If she was with me, I was riding with her. But I know some other people who were smart enough to, go through the process of making love and turn out to, make a good, they make good things of it. They had children. They went further. They grew from it. Some people, I feel like they're not ready. They breaks them down. And I remember one guy. He had actually told the girl, and this was way back when we were young. He actually told the girl after they made love, like, I'm gonna be so fucking obsessed with you. I don't even know what to do with myself. I can't even do this no more. And the girl automatically, she's like breaking down, like, I can't believe you gonna, after we do that, you're gonna tell me that we can't. So, long story short, he didn't think twice about it. Soon as he felt like it looked like he was just being a snake and he didn't want to be in love with her the way that she wanted to be loved, and that he was like using her for like a one night stand, he jumped right back on her. He was like, baby, I will never leave you, but I don't really think you understood what I said when I said that I would be obsessed with you. And for a fact, or for a while, he knew that he couldn't handle it. This is the kind of guy, when he couldn't see her, he was punching walls and losing his mind to himself, brain, whole face swolled up, turned red, and wilding out everywhere he went. And he used to tell me about it, but I I was like, yo, don't worry about it. She be there next week, bro. You know, she just going away. She just had to go, you know, to visit the family or something. So it was cool when we was young because, you know, whenever she would be gone, she wouldn't be gone too long. But when he found out that she wanted a baby, and he knew for a fact that she really wanted a kid, and he didn't have the money for it, he did something very, very dangerous. Very, very stupid. This guy, I mean, let's just say it got him a lot. And when I tell you a lot, I mean he could have done more time than that, except he pled guilty to it or something like that. And they only gave him like, I think they gave him like 20 to 25. He's still on parole to this day though. And he did most of the time already. This is when we was way young, when I was back in my high school days. And the girl, you know, they separated, you know, because he never told her what he was doing or why he was doing it. In fact, he made it look like that he just couldn't handle a relationship again because he thought that, you know, if he did something too crazy, that it would just come back to her in the wrong way if it fucked up anyway. So, you know, they broke up after he, you know, started doing all of this time, or a little bit before that, before he went on his little mission. She remarried, had a couple kids. And when he came home, you know, the first thing he wanted to do was get back with her, but he knew he wasn't mentally ready for that again. So even to this day, I feel like just because he knew he was doing that for her, yeah, he probably should have just stayed away from this girl altogether. You know, she never got a chance to write him when he was locked up. His case was so serious, like he could only deal with it. He could only be visited by his close family members and shit. They never stayed in contact during this whole time while he was in the big jails. And I mean, you're talking about at least 15, 20 years. He had never spoken to her again after he was arrested. I think he maybe got to send her one card or one letter, or wrote her one letter or something, but it was returned to him while he was locked up. He never told her what he did or why he did it, and couldn't say much to her about remarrying and having new kids with another man. Plus, he didn't really care about, he never even cared, you know, he confided in me about him never even caring if she would have cheated when he was with her. He knew he was that much in love with her, and that's why, you know, he thought to maybe break it off before it even got to that point. But I'm that, you know, I've been that kind of guy, like I could just fall in love with a girl, just, especially when I was real young. I could like fall in love with a girl who even looked at me nice, you know, and be thinking about buying her all kinds of things, and just the craziest thing you could think of. But long story short, he's home, and now he thinks he wants to get back with her. But this guy, he doesn't even want sex from her, man. And some of the girls who's even been nice to him, he's really on some, either he's gonna save himself for her, or, you know, he doesn't deserve to fall in love again with no other woman, because he's scared to even, I'm gonna tell you no lie, this kid he knows that he can become so involved with a woman that he would be scared to like have conventional sex with her. So even the few girls that he's been with, you know, he's like going down on them. But if they asking him Well, for real sex, he's shying away from him. He don't even want to go have sex with a stripper in the strip club. The nigga think that he might fall in love with her ass. So my thing is this, ladies, if a guy, if he felt like he would be obsessed with you and he pulls back on you, like he might buy you things, he might take you out, he might constantly offer to give you head every time he thinks that you want to have sex. But he won't commit to being with you in a conventional manner. Like he wouldn't try to he wouldn't really give you no D. You understand what I'm saying? Or he really wouldn't try to allow himself to be pulled into a situation where he was committed mind, body, and soul to a woman again. Could y'all deal with that? Like a guy who just wants to buy you stuff, wants to take you out, wants to give you head if you horny or something, but he doesn't want to commit to you as far as mind, body, and soul because he's scared. And the real reason that he's scared about what he might do if y'all become too intimately involved. I mean, does that make any sense at all? Is there anybody out there who you think actually thinks like that? Do you think this guy is trying to deceive you? Do you think that there's got to be more to the story? I really want you ladies to let me know. Because I think he would even go as far as, like if the girl was nice and she was cool and she was pretty, I think he would even go as far as marrying her. But the way he would like separate the situation is like sort of weird to me. And it's not that it's so weird to me because I understand. I've been trying to follow him in his path like that because it actually just makes me feel better about any guy who would be like that, even if he was around one of my sisters or my little cousins. But could you ladies take that? A guy who don't want to give you no D, might take you out, might buy you things, might even go down on you whenever you want to, but he just doesn't want to put himself in a position where he's about to give you a C, or his heart is going to be completely devoted to you to the point where he's ready to pick up the hammers again for you. Could you ladies actually deal with a dude like that? Let me know. This is Ben George. Same peace.